Well, hello, I am in Iceland for this video and I'm fishing in Hafnarfjörður harbour. I've probably said that horribly wrong, haven't I? And we're just going to see what we can get. I came out yesterday, it was absolutely blowing a hoolie. It was horrendous. The wind was coming right into my face, couldn't see any bites, so I gave up on that. So I'm out today and look what a difference a day makes. It is absolutely like a mill pool. It's so clear. I'm really hopeful we're going to catch something. There was a whale in the harbour as well, which was very exciting. I did see it yesterday. Seen it the day before that. Got a little bit of footage of that. So if it doesn't come in the harbour while I'm fishing, I'll put some whale footage at the end, and also northern lights, which is the main reason I've come for this trip. So I'm a tourist. I'm here for a couple of days. I'm literally only having a couple of hours fishing. So this isn't like a guided thing or anything like that. I've just brought a little telescopic rod. I brought some basic tackle with me. So we'll just see what we can get.
I'm staying at Hotel Viking, which is about 20 minutes on the bus from Reykjavik and right on the harbour, so perfect for me. A lot of people mention the food and beer prices are high, which I'd agree with, but didn't find them to be excessive in Iceland. The hotel has a thermal spring with koi and goldfish outside, which I very much appreciated. Looking at a map, I decided to fish along a pier to reach deeper water. I couldn't find much info about fishing in the area, but sea fishing is free in Iceland, so no licence needed. All the touristy things you'd expect, I did. Visiting the geysers, again however you say it. And some of the many spectacular waterfalls here. I don't think a salmon is leaping that. Hot dogs seem to be a thing in Reykjavik, and the lake in the middle has loads of waterfowl, including some stunning hooper swans. I couldn't resist visiting the Whale Museum also, which has lots of life-size models of whales you find around the coast here.
Thought I saw the rod go then. In terms of tackle, it's nothing fancy. I'm just using a ledger rig with a size 10 hook and a bit of prawn from the supermarket, which nearly bankrupted me. As many of you will know, prices here in Iceland are a little bit on the higher end. But in terms of species that you can get in this harbour, there are cod, there are definitely plaice, there are coalfish, there are pollock. There is a flock of red-breasted merganser. Lots of birds in this harbour as well. I'm kicking myself for not bringing binoculars. And wolffish, the tackle shop said. So wolffish would be amazing. And who knows, maybe a halibut, although my gear is definitely not up to scratch if we get a halibut, but I remain hopeful. We should get something.
One of the other fishy connections was the coins in Iceland have fish on them, with these two being a lumpsucker and a cod. When I travel abroad, I try to bring a little bit of everything, as you never know what opportunity may arise, having small hooks, lures, floats, etc. to cover most situations. The rod is fairly sturdy and the line is £10 with a weaker hook link for smaller fish.
So I just had a tap on the end of the rod. I don't think it's big if I have caught something, but it saves me from a blank. Something shining, that's good. Oh my god, that's got to be the smallest fish in Iceland. But it saves me from a blank. There's a recurring theme of these abroad trips. I just keep catching fish smaller and smaller. I'm pretty sure that's a pollock, might be a coalfish. Don't know 100%, but it's a fish. Well, the fishing might have been a little bit slow, but I have to admit the natural spectacles of Iceland have been phenomenal. Seeing the northern lights last night outside my hotel was amazing. The whale's been here for a week. It's been a bit shy today, haven't seen it, but did get some great views. So before the video ends, I'm going to show you some of the northern lights, some of the whale, and I've also put some cameras in the water. So I'll find out if there are fish down there they just don't want to eat. It is low tide at the minute, so whether that's had an effect on it, I don't know. I dare say that if you were going to come to Iceland with the intention of properly fishing, you should probably use a guide or maybe even go out on a boat. I'm here on a family holiday. I've literally snuck a couple of hours. If I was doing it properly, I'd probably bring some heavier gear and not just use supermarket prawns. But I've enjoyed it nonetheless, and I didn't blank with what I think was a little pollock. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the clips.
It's been an ambition of mine for many years to see the Northern Lights, so to be treated to this incredible display was unreal, and just outside my hotel. Often the aurora isn't visible to the naked eye, and instead you need a long exposure on a camera to fully appreciate it, but this was really strong, with it flitting in the sky and even pinks coming through. The whale was a huge surprise for me, as I was told generally February isn't a great time to see them in Iceland. This was a humpback whale, which had been hanging around for a week or two. It would lunge feed at the surface and go down again. It was amazing to see it so close from the shore, and we pretty much saw it every day of the trip. That evening the sky was clear and the Northern Lights came out in full display again. You get a rating of how strong it will be, and this night was off the charts. I even managed to see the whale feeding under the Northern Lights, which is pretty nuts.
Whoa, Jesus! So there's a humpback whale, and there's the Northern Lights. Iceland is mental.
I did put some underwater cameras down too, with a spider crab going along the seabed, but it was relatively quiet for fish. I did see a nudibranch, or a sea slug, which is the pink thing in the middle of the screen. The bottom looks very silty, so I'd expect some flatfish, but the first fish to turn up was what I think is a small pollock, then a huge shoal of baitfish, I assume herring, which would explain the whale feeding in the harbour. A couple of flatfish did go by eventually, either place or flounder, but I'm not 100%.
If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more trips around Europe and the UK, then like, share and subscribe, and leave a comment down below where you think I should head to next. Cheers.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, liking the video and subscribing to the channel really helps me out. But you can also donate to my buymeacoffee.com link, and all the money from that goes back into making new films for the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. You can check out some other videos in the links here. Also check out my website and social media, as well as the podcast that I host, the Bearded Tits Podcast. Cheers.